So hello students. Now in our last class we saw that what are Polish notations and what is inverse Polish. So we saw that Polish notation means prefix and inverse Polish means postfix, and we also saw that any arithmetic expression which is written as infix notation can be converted into either postfix or prefix. Okay, so now we will see a systematic way of converting infix into postfix or infix into prefix using a stack. Okay, so in our last class we have just randomly, by applying some mathematical rule, we just converted, but if at all we need to write a program for that, then we need a stack. So how to convert an infix expression into postfix expression using a stack? For that, that is an algorithm, and with that algorithm can be converted into a program. Okay, so I have taken the name of this algorithm that we have taken here is infix underscore to underscore postfix. So infix to postfix conversion is required. Now when you, so this is the procedure, or this is the algorithm name. Now this procedure requires some input value. So input value is, first one is I have taken I as input, and then we have P. So what is I? I means it is the given infix expression. Okay, given infix expression which is to be converted into postfix. Okay, so here the value input is I, means infix expression, and P means the output. So P means the equivalent postfix expression which is initially empty. See, right now when we pass variable P doesn't contain anything. So the value I will be converted and stored in P. So P should be initially empty, and once our algorithm terminates, the result, or the result means the postfix expression, will be stored in P. Okay, so for example, now suppose I say my infix expression is, this is my infix expression, I'll say A asterisk then B plus C. This is C. Okay, whole bracket is given, whole divided by D. So let us assume this is our infix expression, and these expressions needs to be converted into equivalent postfix expression. So my postfix expression will be P. So right now P is empty. Okay, so once I will follow the steps written in the algorithm, then after the algorithm terminates, the variable P will contain its equivalent postfix expression. Okay, now what is the step 1? The first step of my algorithm, see, I have written here begin and then step 1. The first step of my algorithm suggests that you push a left parenthesis, that is this symbol, it is a left parenthesis, into top of the stack. So we have to use a stack. Okay, so, and in a stack our first objective is to push a left parenthesis into the top of the stack, and then add a right parenthesis, this one, add a right parenthesis symbol at the end of infix expression I. Okay, so now if this is my infix expression, now in this expression I have used some operator, some operands, and also I have a left parenthesis and right parenthesis. So 4 types of symbols are present in this infix expression. Okay, now my step 1 suggests that put a left parenthesis in a stack. So suppose I will use a stack. Let's say I have taken a stack, and right now the stack is empty, and our objective is to first push a left parenthesis. So this, I have pushed a left parenthesis in the top of the stack. Okay, so this is my top of the stack right now, and then I have to add a right parenthesis at the end of the infix. So if this is an infix, at its ends I will add a right parenthesis. This is the step 1. So after step 1, the I becomes like this: A into B plus C, then slash, then D, then at the end there will be a right parenthesis. So after step 1 completes. Okay, and the stack will contain a left bracket. Okay, then I should follow the step 2. So in step 2 I am saying repeat step 3. So we will follow the step 3. Repeat. This repeat means it will be a loop. Now how long I shall repeat the step 3? Until the stack is empty. So when I move to the step 2, our first job is to first check the stack. Whether it is empty? Definitely not, because already in the step 1 we have initialized the stack with a left parenthesis. So since stack is not empty, so since if stack is not empty, then we should follow step 3. Okay, after conducting step 3, again we will go back to step 2 and again check whether stack is empty or not. So as long as stack is not empty, we should keep repeating step 3. And what is the step 3? That I will explain. Okay, so as long as stack is not empty, I should keep repeating my step 3. Okay, and once the stack is empty, I will not repeat step 3. Instead, I will jump to the step 4. See, here I have written step 4. Okay, so and everything, whatever written, they are all written in step 3. You can check. Okay, now we will discuss about step 3. Okay. So, now what is written in step 3? Let me explain. Now, step 3 suggests scan. See, be careful. Scan infix I. So, my infix expression is I. This is my I. So, my step 3 suggests scan infix I from left to right. So, I should scan from left to right. So, when I scan, after every scan, I will get a symbol. Okay, so first when I scan this symbol first, I'll get A. Okay, when I scan the next symbol, I will get asterisk. When I scan the next symbol, I will get left and so on. So every time you scan, you will get a symbol. Okay, so your scanning should be conducted from left to right. Okay, now when you scan a symbol, there are 4 alternative symbols that you may find in your infix expression. Already I told you, in infix expression, there are 4 types of symbols are available. See, there may be operand like A, B, C and D. These are operands. There may be operators like asterisk, plus, slash. These are 3 operators. Okay, these are 2 types of symbol. The third type of symbol is left parenthesis. See, I have left bracket. And the fourth type of symbol is right bracket. So when I scan the infix expression, scan one single symbol, and that symbol could be any 4 types, either operator or operand or left bracket or right bracket. So since there are 4 types of symbols, so we have 4 different alternative cases. So when I scan infix I from left to right, after scanning one symbol, I have 4 choices: choice A, choice B, choice C and choice D. So these are the choices that I have written. Okay, so what are these choices? For every choice you have to conduct some action. Okay, so what are these actions that we will discuss? So when I scan one single symbol, then you examine these choices, and for every choice or every condition there will be some action. Okay, so now scan, and then first case, if an operand is encountered. So when you scan, so see, when you scan is from left to right, the first symbol that you scan is A. So what is A? A is an operand. Okay, so if an operand is encountered, then add the operand in P. Okay, so when, for example, when you scan it I for the first time, you will get A. So once A means it is an operand, it is neither operator nor left bracket nor right bracket. So this cases matches. So you should add it to the P. So my P will contain A now. So in the output, so P will be my output postfix expression. This A will be added in postfix expression. Okay. So after adding the operand, then you should ignore B, C, D. B, C, D will be ignored because the first case matches. So you should ignore B, ignore C, ignore D. Okay. Then step 3 completed. So since step 3 completed, you should go back to step 2 because I said you should repeat step 3 until stack is empty. So you should go back to step 2 and again verify what is the content of the stack, whether it is empty or not. But stack is not empty because already in the step 1 we have initialized with a left parenthesis. So stack is not empty means again you should follow the step 3, that means scan. So when you scan, already in the previous step we have scanned A. So next time when you scan, you should scan the second symbol, that is asterisk. Okay. So now when you scan second symbol, again there are you have to compare this A, B, C, D. Which of the cases it matches, whether it is an operand, operator, or left parenthesis or right parenthesis. So these are the 4 steps written. Okay. So let me first tell you all these 4 steps. Then in our next video I will show you some example. Okay. So now in step 3, after you check whether if an operand is encountered, then add the operand in P. The first step, the second case, I said that if a left parenthesis is encountered. Now suppose the symbol that you scan from left to right, now the symbol becomes a left parenthesis. So when left parenthesis is encountered, then your objective is to push left parenthesis onto a stack. Okay. Now in this example, the second symbol is not left parenthesis, but if at all you encounter left parenthesis, then you should push it. Okay. But in my second symbol is asterisk. Okay. Then go to step C. Step C suggests if an operator theta, let's say operator is theta means it could be any operator. It could be multiplication, it could be addition, it could be division, it could be subtraction. Okay. I am just representing the operator with a symbol. Okay, I am not saying what kind of operator. I am saying that this theta means it's just an operator symbol. So if an operator theta is encountered, then what happens? Okay, then say here after scanning first A, I added A in P. A is an operand. Operand will be added in P. Then the asterisk means this step C matches. So if an operator is encountered, then repeatedly pop each operator from the stack. Okay, so once you encounter an operator, your objective is to, from stack, you have to repeatedly pop what? Each operator from stack which have equal or higher precedence than theta. So now you have to, once you get an operator, your objective is to check the content of the stack. Okay, and if the stack contains some operator, okay, right now my stack doesn't contain any operator. So your job is to compare the precedence of the operator present in the stack with the current symbol. Current symbol means the symbol that you scan. I scanned symbol theta. So your job is to compare their precedence. Now if the precedence of the operator present within the stack is higher or equal to theta, then that operator must be popped from the stack. And after popping, okay, and add them in P. So then once you pop anything from the stack, you have to add it to P. Okay, but right now see, there is nothing in the stack. In the stack there is only left parenthesis, so there is no operator. So I don't need any comparison. Okay, so once you finish this step, repeatedly pop each operator from stack which have equal or higher precedence than theta. You have to pop it and then add them in P. After this one is complete, after this bit I, after bit I of step C is completed, then bit 2. In bit 2 I say push theta onto top of the stack. Okay, so when you encounter an operator theta, then your job is to pop from the stack, pop anything from the stack if it has higher or equal precedence than theta, and after popping add them in P. And once that pop operation completed, then theta must be pushed into the top of the stack. Okay, for example, now suppose here in the first step I encountered A is an operand, and I have added in P. Okay, in the next step I encountered theta, asterisk, so it is an operator. Then in the stack I examine, there is no operator. If there is no operator, I don't have to do any popping. So simply I will push, I will go to the step 2 of C and I will push theta. Theta means asterisk. I will push asterisk into the stack. So asterisk is pushed into the top of the stack. Okay. Then again I will say the step C of the step 3. 3 of C is over. Then you will jump. Okay, after you jump, your job is to go back to step 2 and check whether stack is empty or not. Now stack is not empty, so again you continue your scanning. So the scanning will be continued as long as stack is not empty. Okay, so then, so after pushing star asterisk, you have to scan the next symbol. Now next symbol is left parenthesis. So when a left parenthesis encountered, which of the cases matches? Case B. So you have to push it, left parenthesis. If a left parenthesis encountered, then push the left parenthesis onto the stack. Okay, right. So A, B, C is over. Right now I have not told you what is D. So we'll see that what is D. Okay, so step A of 3 says if operand is encountered, then what to do. B says if left parenthesis is encountered, then what to do. C says if an operator is encountered, then what to do. Step D says if a right parenthesis is encountered, then what to do. Means, see this one. So as long as once you get a right parenthesis, then what to do, that step D suggests. Okay, I'll explain you later. First let us examine serially. First symbol that is scanned is A. Okay, so of step 3, out of these 4, first one is successful. If an operand is encountered, then add the operand in P. So operand A is added in P. Then you scan the next symbol. Next symbol is asterisk. Asterisk means it is an operator. So this case satisfies. Step C is satisfies. So if an operator theta is encountered, then what to do? Repeatedly pop. So in my stack there is no operator yet. I have not added any operator yet. So I will simply perform this operation, push theta onto the top of the stack. So asterisk is pushed. Again I will perform scanning. Then third symbol that is scanned is left bracket. When left bracket is scanned, out of this A, B, C, D, second bit B matches if a left parenthesis encountered. So because it is a left parenthesis, then I will push it onto the stack. So it is pushed into the stack. Okay. Then after pushing, then the scan the next statement. Next symbol is B. So fourth symbol is B. So what is B? Out of these 3, if an operand is encountered, if a left parenthesis, if an operator. So B is an operand. So if it is an operand, then simply add it in postfix expression B, P. So in P, I have added B. So now postfix expression contains A and B. Then after this there is what? Plus. So plus is an operator. Okay, so if it is an operator, then bit C of step 3 satisfies if an operator theta is encountered. Now you have to take the what is the stack. Now at the top of the stack there is left bracket, so there is no operator. Okay, operator is here, but at the top here. So your objective, I said that repeatedly pop each operator from the stack. So you can pop only from top. So in top there is no operator, there is left bracket. Okay, so this one will not conducted. I cannot pop anything because if only I can pop only when the top contains an operator, then I can compare the precedence. Okay, precedence of that operator present in the stack should be compared with theta, and if the precedence of the operator present in the stack is higher or equal, then I will pop. But right now stack top contains left bracket, so I cannot pop here. Okay, so I will move to bit 2 of C. Push theta onto top of the stack. Theta means my plus. So I will simply push plus. Plus is pushed into the top of the stack. Okay. After pushing plus, then I will repeat the scanning. So next symbol that I will scan is C. This is C. B plus C. C is scanned. So now C becomes an operand. So step A is matches. So ABC. Operand means added in P. Okay. So now P becomes ABC. And this is my content of the stack. So after adding C, again I will repeat because stack is not yet empty. So when I repeat, now fourth symbol that we scan, now it is right parenthesis. Now when it is right parenthesis, neither A is satisfied, nor B is satisfied, nor C is satisfied. In A I have written if an operand. In B I have written if a left parenthesis. Step C written if an operator is encountered. So neither of them is satisfied. It is neither an operand, nor a left parenthesis, nor an operator. In here I have encountered right parenthesis. So I follow step D. Okay, so whenever a right parenthesis is encountered, what happens? If a right parenthesis is encountered, then repeatedly pop each operator from stack and add in P until a left parenthesis is not popped. So your job is, let's see, check it out. Okay, your objective is, when a right parenthesis, this right parenthesis encountered, what you need to do, your objective is to, from the stack, pop anything and add in P. So I said repeatedly pop each operator from stack, repeatedly pop each operator from stack and add in P until a left parenthesis is not popped. So you keep continuously pop until you pop a left parenthesis. Okay, so whenever you pop, you have to pop an operator, and the operator that is popped should be added in P. See, first at the top of the stack, what is that? Plus. So plus will be popped and it will be added in P. Okay, so it will be added in P. Next you will pop a left bracket. So when the left bracket is popped, it is not operator, so you stop there. Okay, now my P will be ABC. Here I have written repeatedly pop each operator from stack and add in P until a left parenthesis is not popped. Okay, as long as left parenthesis is not popped, you keep popping operator and add it in P. And when a left parenthesis is popped, then don't do anything, throw the left parenthesis, because we assume that when you scan a right bracket, you popped a left bracket, so they are matching. Left bracket, right bracket matched, so we will throw them into the dustbin. Okay, so now my stack, after this my stack will be left bracket and then asterisk. See, we popped until this. First operator plus is popped and it is added in P. Then immediately we got a left bracket and we'll stop popping. So now my stack is left bracket and asterisk. Is that clear, guys? So then again I will scan the next symbol, because stack is not empty, because stack contains now two symbols. Okay, it is not empty means again you should scan, perform the scanning. So when I scan, I will get a slash symbol. Slash symbol means it is an operator. Okay, so next symbol that will be scanned is slash. So now what happens, since it is an operator, out of A, B, C or D, C satisfied. If an operator is encountered, then repeatedly pop each operator from stack which have equal or higher precedence than theta. Right now my theta is slash, and I will check what is there in the stack. In the stack there is asterisk. So this asterisk and slash both have same precedence. So if the content of the stack, if the stack contains an operator which have same precedence, then it should be popped and it should be added in P. So now P will contain asterisk. So asterisk will be removed from the stack. Okay. So now after this operation, stack will contain left bracket and this. Okay. So once asterisk is removed, see, repeatedly pop each operator from stack which have equal or higher precedence than theta and add them in P. Whatever you popped, add it in P. And after that, push theta onto top of the stack. So here my theta means slash. So slash will be pushed into the top of the stack. Asterisk is removed and added in P. Okay, guys. So after this, again I will scan. Next, when you will scan D. Because stack is not empty means again scan. So again scan, you will scan D. So what is D? Out of these four cases, D is an operand. When there is an operand, you add D in postfix. So D is added in postfix expression P. Okay, so now P becomes ABC plus asterisk D. Okay, so for this case is over. Then stack is still not empty. So again you scan. When you scan again, you will get a right parenthesis. See, and when a right parenthesis is encountered, A, B, C, D, case D satisfies. So if a right parenthesis is encountered, then repeatedly pop everything from stack until left parenthesis. Okay, and add it in P. So your job is, you have to pop and add it in P. So what you should pop? You should pop slash. So when slash is popped, it is added in P. Okay. then you pop a left bracket. So once the left bracket is popped, now the stack, forget about stack, left bracket is popped means it should not be added in P, rather you should stop popping. Okay, now step D is over. So I said repeatedly pop each operator from stack and add in P until the left parenthesis is not popped. Now left is popped, so my step D is over. Again I will go back to step 2 and check whether the stack is empty or not. So step 2 says now my stack becomes empty. So when my stack becomes empty, there is no need to perform any scanning. So my entire system is scanned. Okay, now from step 2 you shall jump to step 4. So in step 4 I have written output the result P. See, this is my result P. ABC plus asterisk D slash, and this is what the postfix expression of this equivalent infix expression. Okay guys, then finally end. So this is our algorithm. So in my next video I'll show you one more example, okay, with these steps. Okay guys, I hope you understood this video. Thank you.